I get bored very easily. And so mixing it up has a lot of appeal.
Yes, I do like that idea. The reason I'm asking about the group fitness is because from experience, if you're enjoying class and the people going, usually those people are going to show up every Saturday morning. And then you see those faces and it just becomes a little community where they're like, oh, will you be here next Saturday? Yes, I'll be here. Great. Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Kerri. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what works for us and what doesn't, with some encouragement along the way.
Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time. Hello, and welcome back to Redesigning Health and Home. I am Meg, and I am, of course, joined by our lovely co-host, Kerri. Happy Friday, Kerri.
We love Fridays.
Love our Fridays, and I'm so excited to be talking with you today. And before we get into our fun discussion, I wanted to say you and I have been throwing around the idea of possibly, drumroll, updating our logo. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so it's funny when you have to choose these things before you even start, right? Because you have to imagine, like, what is our personality going to be, right? And now we're 30 episodes in, and while we're learning all the time, we do feel like we're getting a clearer sense of our style and personality and what we want our community to be like. And we're just considering whether or not the logo that we have now could use some tweaking to represent us a little better.
1,000%. Right. I mean, I adore our Redesigning Health and Home logo, and it's been a wonderful start. And I can't believe it's 30 episodes already plus by the time I think this one airs. So, yeah. So we really wanted to almost, just like the Joyful Rituals, reach out to our listeners and say a little bug in your ear. What are your thoughts, listeners? Do you think we should try to play around with it? Because we would love your input as well. And, you know, if you just absolutely love this logo and say, no, don't change it, that's an option. But if you want us to maybe play with it, explore it, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Kerri, what are you thinking?
Well, it's interesting because I think in one of our previous episodes, we talked about how the colors green and blue are so serene and calm and how that really speaks to both you and I and in our daily lives. But then the flip side of that is what represents us as, you know, as the hosts. Do we want to be calm and serene, or do we want to be fun and energetic and a little jazzy, you know? And it's like trying to figure out, because we kind of want to be all of the things. And so what represents who we are? And it's hard to represent two people with one picture. I get it. But if anybody's got any suggestions out there, we would love to hear it, especially people who've been listening to us for a while where they're like, oh no, you need to stick with calm and serene. Or no, you go with energetic and fun, whatever. I don't know if you have some different words for us.
Some different words. Well, I tell you, the reason I'm giggling is because I want to come across calm and serene. I do when we're talking. And then my life, I feel like I'm running around crazy all the time, that this is my little calm, you know, place, my place to come and hopefully bring calm and peace to others, because it's just so joyful to me to be with you and talk like this. But yeah, I think a little bit of like what you said. What color was it you said? Coral? Not coral.
Coral, something energetic. I don't know.
Right.
Coral would be fun, you know?
What's the color of your fuchsia? Well, no, you said one this afternoon.
I think it was fuchsia.
Fuchsia. Oof. Could you imagine? We'd just
Fuchsia
have
and coral.
fuchsia, coral, aqua blue.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, we could just be
Neon yellow. We could just throw all the colors up against the wall.
neon, right. We could go way back to the neon 80s. I remember, I think it was in 8th grade, I had My parents, I think, got it for me. I wanted it so bad. It was almost a Wham outfit. Remember Wham?
Oh, yeah.
They were these parachute neon
Love it.
orange pants with this fluffy big sweatshirt. And I think it said pizzazz or something in it was a white sweatshirt with neon orange. So it was matchy matchy. We were all into that, those neon colors.
Yes. Yes. And
So
you had to walk
fun.
around with jazz hands just to
Yes.
do it justice.
I think that's going to come back. I mean, I think trends come back and I can see that one for sure.
Maybe we should dress up in that kind of outfit one day, and that could be a YouTube clip.
Yeah. And maybe, hey, maybe we're going to be trendsetters.
Well, yeah.
We could be the ones to bring it back.
We got invited to a roller skating party that was 80s themed, and I got a off the shoulder, what was it? Like a off the
Flash
shoulder,
dance
yeah, like a flash dance kind of
sweatshirt
sweatshirt, and had a big heart with all those bright colors on it.
with fringes.
And no, but I did my hair up in the banana clip. Do you remember the banana
Yeah.
clip? I was rocking it. I was really feeling like the 80s.
The banana clip is back though. I see it.
I have a couple.
You do?
I do, but I cut my hair short, so it won't really work now. But once in a while, I put my hair up in a banana clip, and my husband's always like, "Yeah, the banana clip. I love the banana clip." And I
He
was like,
knows what the banana clip is?
"Oh yes, yes, he did."
Okay. Well, oh my gosh, that's so fun. How did we get way back over there?
I don't know. We're trying to we're trying to discover our identity.
Yes, that's what we are. So I don't know if we're officially just a splash of neon colors, but maybe we are. I don't know. So
We'll
yeah, we
play with
need
it.
people's
Yeah,
inputs.
we definitely
Inputs?
do.
Inputs?
Input. I think just one input. Unless you have lots of inputs to give us.
If you have two inputs, jeez. Inputs.
My gosh. Well, I have to tell you that I'm nervous for this episode. And here's why I'm nervous, friends, because on our last episode, I interviewed Meg about being a personal trainer and what that looked like and, kind of what her style was. And I told her what some of my pain points are because I fell off the exercise wagon. Well, I'm walking, but I fell off the workout wagon, my videos. And so Meg, being the sweet, beautiful friend that she is, has offered to help me develop a workout plan. And I'm so nervous because I don't want to disappoint you. I can't fall off this wagon. I gotta stay on the Meg wagon.
We'll be super gentle. We will take baby steps and maybe we'll do a little shortened version and just tiptoe our feet into this journey together.
And I'm actually kidding because I'm actually really excited
I
because
know you
I
are.
do want to feel stronger. And I think that's my biggest goal is the strength piece.
Okay, well, that's where I was going to start. And you kicked us right off. So,
All right.
Kerri, what are your fitness goals?
So in my younger days, I would have been like, I want to lose 25 pounds and be a size, no. I am looking to feel stronger. And what I mean by that is I was feeling that way when I was doing the videos like a year and a half ago, about. And I was really enjoying those results. And so I definitely want to go back to that. Plus, I just think as we're aging, strength is really important. Your metabolism gets kicked up, when you have more muscle. So I feel like all of those things sound beneficial and it sounds like a good place to start. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay,
So
so strength would be that kind of number one goal. And you enjoy the workout videos, you said.
I enjoy workout videos. I do have hand weights and I have a leg extension machine downstairs. And and I'm happy to go buy some different kinds of heavier weights. I don't have very heavy weights right now, I wouldn't say. I think maybe
Okay,
10
so if you were
pounds.
to list out the equipment you have,
Yep.
you're saying you have some hand weights.
Have some hand weights, have some bands, yoga mat. I have one of those stability rocker boards and a couple items that I was using when I was doing physical therapy for my ankle and foot. And then we have a treadmill and a recumbent bike and the leg extension machine and a ping pong table in case we could throw some ping pong in there.
Amazing. That's great. And then you said that you have your equipment all on a little rolling cart.
So the big pieces are downstairs, which is
Okay.
not my favorite place to work out. So what's on my
Okay.
little rolling cart is my yoga mat, some lighter hand weights, and some bands. My rocker board are
Okay.
on the cart currently.
And then you have a dedicated open space where you can do the videos with that equipment. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just take those goals that you're saying you want to get strong, and then you have this equipment, you're open to videos and using the equipment you have. And then what is your favorite type of activities?
So when you ask me that, do you mean like sports or do you mean like as in what kinds of workouts?
I guess if I was to say, Kerri, we want to get your heart rate up a little bit, and you have 20 minutes.
Mhm.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind to get that done?
Yeah, it would probably be a workout video because I enjoy the kind of dance part to, a little bit dance kind of part to it or having to follow along. And I think I like that because it's also a little distracting. Like you really have to focus on what you're doing. Running is not my favorite. So, I like to walk and I can even, pump my arms and get walking a little faster, but running is not something I enjoy at this time.
Okay, perfect. Now, last episode, you were mentioning your injuries.
Uh-huh.
List all of your physical injuries that you are kind of monitoring still to this day.
Right. So the foot ankle is actually in pretty good shape. I think what I noticed when I am doing those videos, and I know they're so good for you, but squats hurt my knees and I keep adjusting how I'm doing them and my right knee just does not like the squats.
Yeah.
So if for now, even if it's like an assisted kind of squat or something, or, some kind of substitution for a bit, that would probably be good.
Perfect. Now, are you under any doctor's care if you want to share about your ankle, your knee, your cardiovascular health? Okay.
Thing like that, the foot and the ankle are feeling really great. So touch on wood about that.
But just like I said in our last video, I would definitely want you to maybe even just through, like you said, my chart. So simple. Hey, I'm going to start working with a personal trainer. Any sort of limitations or advice that you would want me to stay within so I can relay that information. And you'd have it for yourself so you would know. So it'd be beneficial. And then any information I get would just help me plan, especially if your knee is really bothering you. Obviously, I'm going to avoid some certain movements or ask you to avoid that. So I would start there. Now, number two, this is a big one. This is going to sound like a sidetrack. Kerri, when you plan for a meeting or setting your alarm, are these things that you plan for or you just hope they happen?
Definitely, I set a lot of alarms and schedules and things like to get up and go to work and, to
Exactly.
make a call that I need to make or to meet with you or whatever. So yes, I have considered what time of day would be best for me. And while I do like the idea of mornings, my schedule at work, I have to be there for 7:30 starting tomorrow. So I just don't know that I'm that early of a riser to get up like at 4:30.
That's so good. That's number one. If you know you are not going to do it, then yes. And the reason I'm asking is I would advise you, just like you plan your meetings, your phone calls, your meals, your alarms, get yourself an accountability planner. Because if you see it in your planner through the day, dinner, 5 p.m., alarm, workout, well, now you've booked it in and you could maybe even do that week to week, day to day. but it's something you can then check off. So if you see it in your planner, maybe even if you tell yourself, I want to do this 2 times a week or 3 times a week, at least you can plug it in and have that accountability piece, not only for your trainer then to say, hey, I saw you had this on the calendar. How did it go? But you yourself would have that accountability piece, that it's not just out floating. I hope to work out today.
Right.
You know? Okay, so this is great. We're getting in a good spot. So speaking of, how many times a week and how much time for a session would you like to dedicate?
So 20 minutes feels very comfortable to me right now. It might not sound like a lot to other people, but that sounds really doable and comfortable. And then building up, over time to more like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, that kind of thing. And then as far as how many times a week, I was imagining 5.
5, okay.
I
That's
know.
actually, it could be a good thing to start that way, 20 minutes 5 times a week, because you could do one of those as a walk. One of those or 2 of those are your strength videos.
Mhm.
One of those is, you go for a bike ride or you play your ping pong. And I know you don't want to go in the basement, but utilizing on off days, gosh, I'm just going to power through a bike ride for 20 minutes if you have. I mean, or you could even mix it up. You could walk 10 minutes and ride for 10 minutes, especially if you have the equipment right there. It's almost built in where you don't even have to think about it. Shoes on, whatever you're wearing, right on.
Mhm.
So we will definitely build that up for you. Perfect. Okay, so you have time available. You're thinking sometime after work. We're going to aim for 3 to 5 times a week,
Mhm.
20 minutes a session. Now, the bonus about the 20 minutes, 30 minutes is time adds on. So it could be 5 minutes of going up and down your stairs, 5 minutes of walking out to get your mail. It does add up. So you could separate that if you didn't want the 20-minute time block. And now, how about, I think you mentioned something to me about your heart rate. Do you monitor your heart rate? What's going on with that?
So what I was mentioning to you in the responding to the email questions that you sent me, which were very great questions, by the way, very thought provoking, is when I'm taking my walks now, if I go by myself, I can get going pretty good. If I take the dog, I'm not. So I
Sure.
think I need to think of it differently. Like, this is the dog's walk and this is Carrie's walk, and that they're 2 separate things so that I could focus on getting my heart rate up. So I think my point was focusing on getting my heart rate up and the strength. Those are probably the 2 goals that I have, because as much as I'm walking now, I'm not really getting my heart rate up, just walking after dinner with the husband. Now, if we take a hike on the weekend, and if there's some up and downs, then yeah, I can feel my heart rate getting up. But I think that's an area I would like to definitely focus on.
Well, I just had an idea
Mm.
about your walk where your 5-10 minute warm up could be with your dog,
Uh-huh.
just
Uh-huh.
kind of loosening up your joints, bring them back home. You're already moving, yell into the door, dog's back in the house. I'm going.
Right. Yes.
And you just power it up. Now, you mentioned about the question of a weighted vest.
Yes.
This is kind of a trend, but it's almost, even if you do the same walk, that added weight, and it doesn't even have to be a fancy piece of equipment. You could use a backpack with some weighted weights or water bottles or whatever. You're going to make the walk harder because you have more weight. You're going to burn more calories. Maybe it's just going to be harder to carry each step. So that might be something where even if you're doing the same walk, but then if you add that extra weight, you
Right.
might feel that it's helping you cardiovascularly. So I am going to keep that in my mind. I'm getting a lot of good information here.
Do
And
you have
then for,
a weighted vest? Do you have a weighted vest,
I
Meg?
do not know.
Okay.
No, but I've seen a lot of it on social
Yeah.
that people are almost women our age
Mhm.
are kicking out that high impact work that you and I have talked about.
Yes.
Gosh, I'd love to do burpees all day, but my body, I'll feel them for days after. So we still want to work hard, but just less. So with the stairs, I don't know how stairs feel with your knee. Do they bother you?
It's funny, going upstairs is fine, going downstairs, my right knee does not like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. And the bike is okay?
The bike is fine. Bike is fine.
Okay. And your recumbent bike is in the basement.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Beautiful. No interest in going to a gym. You mentioned something about possibly being open to a group fitness class.
Yes. And so I did look into that a little bit, and there is one that, well, actually, there's a bar class, which I've never tried before. And I don't know how it is for cardio workout, but
Sure.
I think it's very isolated movements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is about strength, but it's not it's using your own body weight from my understanding.
Sure, sure, sure.
So
You
that one
use
caught
some lightweight resistance tools or
Okay.
toys, people
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one caught my attention because it's Saturday morning and it's very
Nice.
close by us. And I think it's one of these where it's like 6-week blocks,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that one caught my attention, and there were a few other classes too. I think if I did that, that would be, maybe one of my workout
Yeah.
sessions for the
Yeah.
week, and then do some different things. I get bored very easily. And
Yeah.
so mixing it up has a lot of appeal.
Yes, I do like that idea. The reason I'm asking about the group fitness is because from experience, it could become if you're enjoying class and the people going, usually those people are going to show up every Saturday morning.
Right.
And then you see those faces and it just becomes a little community where they're like, "Oh, will you be here next Saturday?" "Yes, I'll be here."
Right.
So
Yes.
that might be, of course, it's probably a time and a financial investment. So the YouTube videos are great. Well, this is very useful information because I'm excited to create a little idea for you.
Excellent.
And let me try to think if there's any more questions I wanted to ask you. As far as outcomes or results, how fast do you want to feel stronger? Do you like feeling sore? Do you like getting hot and sweaty?
The hot and sweaty, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
The hot and sweaty, I'm fine with. The sore, there's the kind of sore where you're like, yeah, I can feel that, did that. And then there's the kind where you're like, oh my, like, I don't think I can make it up the stairs. Like, I don't want that. I don't
Yeah.
want to, don't think I can make it up the stairs kind of sore, at least not to begin with, because I feel like that would discourage me.
That would discourage you. That's good information.
I think so. And yet I do want to, be able to lift the heavier weights too, like you were mentioning, even if it's for a couple reps, and then switch to lighter weights or something.
Right.
So I think I might have to just go with your expertise on that, because I'm not
I
really.
love it. Well, I love it. Gosh, we should even do just a session together and have fun with it just right
Yeah.
here on our podcast. But that's great. Okay, so I think we have a little bit of a plan.
Okay.
Well, we have what I think I need to make a plan,
Okay.
and you'll get me any sort of physical information I need about, degree angle restrictions, stuff like that for maybe your ankle or your knee if you have that, or any notes maybe that you have old from PT that you felt, gosh, this exercise really helped strengthen my ankle or my quadriceps or whatever. I'd love to see that.
Okay.
And it sounds like you're open to almost anything.
Is that crazy?
No? Well,
I,
I
do, I
like
don't want to play
it.
hockey. I don't think I want to play hockey or any contact sports.
No contact sports. Well, I know you like the sports because you mentioned the pickleball and
Pickleball, volleyball, hiking, canoeing with the ping pong table downstairs, which is surprising in the wintertime. We play that and it
yeah,
kind of get yourself, a little bit going with that.
you can. I think if we start slow and steady with some movements that aren't gonna, you never know, but if we're on a recumbent bike,
Uh-huh.
we are in a stable position. We're probably not gonna a rock is not gonna come jumping at us where we have to,
Right.
jump over. I think those moves, the stronger we can get with a basic program, I think the more you'll feel encouraged to go play pickleball. The
Yeah,
more you'll feel, gosh, I feel really strong in my legs. I can run up to that kitchen or the volleyball if you're on sand or grass or whatever it is that you feel just a little stronger in your body that you're able to use. So I think in my mind, the 3 to 5 20-minute sessions will be what you have in a safe spot, get you strong, and then hopefully by fall, we'll get you out on that pickleball court. But of course, go do, your hikes and everything.
for sure. And if I had my choice between walking outside or walking on a treadmill, outside all day long, unless it's pouring rain, because I find there's that additional mental health benefit of the sun and the birds and the fresh air and whatever. So I'll just give that to you to put in the back of your mind.
Yes, no, that is perfect. Now, do you have a walk you typically do right out your door?
Yeah. So the walk around our neighborhood is 1.2 miles.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Well, that's a good benchmark. How long does that usually take you?
again, it depends if we take the dog. If
Mhm.
we take the dog, it takes longer. I think I'll have to pay attention to that. I'm not really sure.
Because maybe we can do a couple little benchmarks.
Uh-huh.
And then you could even hold just 1 or 2 pound weights and just pump it instead of the investment. We could do that once or twice. You're still on that walk, but you just made it a little harder. We could even do walk intervals where you walk a quarter mile and then you are going to stop and do a minute plank and then back
Uh-huh.
up. Well, I don't know if you want to do that, but maybe we could talk about it.
I would be open to that.
All right. All right. Well, there's something I know the knees. There are box squats, meaning you basically are sitting on a box of any height, let's say a higher bar stool,
Uh-huh.
and you just stand up and then tap your bottom down. Stand up, tap your bottom down. So that's a squat, but it's assisted.
Mm,
Or the TRX straps. I love the TRX because your balance is supported,
mm.
but you can almost use your arms to help you up out of the squat. So I'm not saying we're going to do squats, but my wheels are turning to try to think how we can build those quadriceps.
Yeah, I would love to see how the TRX straps are used. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're going to have a good time. Okay. So, I'm going to send you something.
Okay.
When do you want to get this started?
Let's start as soon as you
Okay.
can.
Let's start. Well, is today still doable? Are you going to go for a walk today?
So we actually tossed around just going to knock the ball around the pickleball court tonight after the hubby gets home because he's going to play. It's funny, a friend from work invited him for tomorrow. We haven't played in a while. And so he said to me at lunch today, he was like, "Do you have any plans tonight?" And I said, "No, I don't think so." He's like, "Oh, tomorrow night I'm meeting my friend from work for pickleball." And I said, "Well, maybe we should go knock the ball around the court to get you a little practice." And he's like, "Well, I think we could do that." So we're
Awesome.
gonna just go and have a bit of fun with that.
Definitely. We'll do some warm-ups, maybe even walk around the park if you can, a few laps, pump those arms, warm up your ankles, knees,
Yes.
and hips. And that sounds like a great. And then tomorrow is another day. Are you planning on these 5 days being Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Don't think that they have to be. I would like one weekend day where we can just go and take a hike, and because we like to
Yeah.
one long day where we can take a drive somewhere to a park or go canoeing or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say usually Saturday morning I have time to fit in something before we get going on our regular day. So
This is so great. Okay. How about this? Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't think so. I think once you develop the plan, I probably will have questions. And if you can think of any specific weights that you think that I need or whatever, let me know. I'm open to it. I did have a thought about the weighted vest just as a comment.
Yeah.
So my husband does put the backpack on and he does put the jug of laundry detergent in there. But what I've noticed about the vests that I've seen the women wearing is the weight is evenly distributed
Mhm.
versus, the straps pulling on your back and now you've got this heavy jug of water or
Mhm.
whatever, right? So I do like that idea because I don't want to end up having an injury or feeling
Right.
like, oh gosh, now my shoulders don't feel so great.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of an investment those weighted vests are, but it would be interesting to look into.
I know that they have these weighted tubes.
Okay.
So you slide them in,
Okay.
so you can make them really heavy or less. But I do not have one. And I would think that that will come down the
Right.
road, especially if you have things that we can use.
Yes.
And I mean, I would just say, just go have some fun with the stuff you have on your cart. Just like pick your weights up and think, oh gosh, I could do this all day long with a little bicep curl. Then look what you have, play around with it, feel how they feel in your hands before you buy anything. Cause
Yeah.
I think we'll do good with what you have, and especially the outdoors and the walk and, the sports you want to play and your canoeing and hiking. I think we can come up with something that you'll just get in hopefully a habit. But
Love
yeah,
it. I'm excited.
I am very excited too. This is good. I'm going to email you something tonight.
All right, great. Well, now I have to turn the tables around.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, I'm an interior decorator and I love to help people love their spaces. So, if you have any spaces that you want to talk about, Meg, we could have an episode about that.
Yes. I need to decide on colors.
Mm,
I really, really, really want to decide on colors because right now in my stage of life, I really want white,
mm, mm-hmm. Yep.
but I think some pops of color would be really nice.
Yeah, even if they're in certain rooms, right? Like your laundry room where you have to spend some time and you don't really necessarily want to be in there long, but maybe if you had beautiful pop of color or, a little wallpaper on one wall for fun or something just to spice it up a little bit. So when you go in, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so cute in here.
Yes.
That would be.
Gib is always cute about hanging pictures on the wall. I'm almost more hesitant.
Mm,
I don't know. Should we put that up? I'd rather have nothing, but we want your home to feel like a home.
yes.
And yeah, I definitely need help with that because I felt like I used to have stuff everywhere and now I want to trickle that down. But pops of color or pictures or those cute signs, like you were mentioning,
Uh-huh.
the laundry room or coffee time or
Yes. Yeah. And there are fun ways to add that in while still keeping your minimalist aesthetic. And I mean, white is an easy color to work with, with all your
right.
white furnishings. And the nice thing about it is it gives this very calm background. So you can take one beautiful kind of substantial piece of art. And now your eye's drawn to that because everything else around is so serene. So anyway, I could go on and on.
I am excited.
We'll
Okay, so
talk about this more another day.
we're gonna do just what we did. That's perfect. We will do this health and home situation
Yes, health and home. Let's do it.
and
I love it.
redesigning it.
Yes, for sure. That's going to be
Beautiful. Okay, so you'll have to give me some questions. I'll give you some questions, and we will design some beautiful spaces and hopefully design a happy, healthy body in this growing age of ours.
Thank you, Meg. I appreciate your time so much, and you're
You're
so sweet.
amazing.
I appreciate you are so calm. You're so calm, and I appreciate you being so kind to me because
You're nice.
it is a very personal thing, right? Talking about your own fitness and what injuries you have, what your limitations are, right? It's kind of vulnerable, so I
It's
appreciate you
vulnerable. Yeah, no,
being
thank you
so
so
sweet about
much. You are the one. Thank you. And thanks for putting your trust in me. And hopefully, we'll touch base and check in with each other and see how progress is going and take it one day at a time.
I like it. Very great. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for listening to our episode today on this Friday, and make sure you tune in next Friday to hear what Meg's got cooked up for me for a plan. So thanks
Sounds
for
good.
joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
The topics discussed on Redesigning Health and Home are for entertainment purposes only. We are not physicians and we are not counselors. So please just enjoy this as it's intended to be, which is for entertainment purposes only.
Thanks for listening to the Redesigning Health and Home podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, we would love for you to like, share, and follow along so you can catch us on all future episodes. You can find me, Meg, at Fit, Fed, Feeling Good on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And you can find me, Kerri, on my website at homestylewithkerri.com and on Instagram and Facebook at Homestyle with Kerri. That's Kerri. And you can find both of us at Redesigning Health and Home on Instagram and Facebook. So join us next time for more inspiration on creating a home and a lifestyle that truly supports your best health.